You cheered his bravery in Mall Cop. You applauded his courage in Pool Police. But now he's really up against it. Sid Gurney stars in his most challenging role to date. Sid Gurney, 500 Infield Security. That's right. Once again, Sid Gurney is Sid Gurney, along with promising newcomer Sir Nigel Drake as Senior Security Officer Bart McAllister.
Boy, Sergeant McAllister, 26 years as a 500 Infield Security Officer. I'll bet you've seen it all.
Sid, you a drinker?
I have the occasional Mai Tai, of course, but we're on duty, Sergeant McAllister.
You little pencil neck, pussy-faced.
Alice, let go of me.
Just like a vice, ain't it? That's Sid Gurney, 500 Infield Security. You'll see a friendship develop between Sid and Bart that is destined to last a lifetime.
Well, Sergeant McAllister, she's good looking. Who is she?
Well, Sid, that was my first wife. Of course, that's before Polaroid made color.
Well, how come you're showing me naked pictures of your ex-wife, Sergeant McAllister?
What are you, some kind of homo? Homo. Sid Gurney puts you behind the badge of a 500 Infield Security cop. But first, he has to learn the ropes from the veteran, Bart McAllister. Sid, the key to being a good infield cop is to stay calm and stay alert and don't take no sass.
Hey, look, it's a couple of rent-a-cops. Show them your things, Tricia.
Oh, my, you shot her!
Hey, you shot my old lady.
Yeah, and you're next, Tippy boy. You better pray that igloo cooler measures under 42 inches. Specifications. Cuff him, Gurney.
Well, I thought when I took this job, I was just going to pick up trash or direct people to the VIP lot or recharge golf carts. Now look, she's dead.
Sid Gurney, Infield Security. Okay, Sid, go earn your stripes.
Oh, well, excuse me, sir, but throwing a frisbee like that could endanger your fellow spectators.
I hope you're carrying Vaseline for that gun, mister.
Well, why would that be, sir?
It'll make it easier when I cram it up your butt.
I'm Sid Gurney, Infield Security, and it says right here in my official Indianapolis Motor Speedway rule book that it...
Oh, a rule book, eh?
Well, yeah, it's the official rule book. You
I
see.
hope it slides easier than your gun.
Stop, that's uncomfortable.
That's Sid Gurney, 500 Infield Security, tonight on ABC, right after an all-new Hunter.
Be there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the former President of the United States, Dick Nixon, with that fabulous sports show, Dick's Picks.
10 o'clock at WFBQ Indianapolis.
Oh, thank you so much, Don Pardo. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Tom.
Morning, Your Highness.
And welcome, Duffers. Welcome to the golf course. Yes, today, the Intercity Golf Tournament. Everyone's invited.
No. This is not
anybody with a bad attitude, a leather jacket, maybe a cigarette dangling from their mouth, maybe a work release.
Dick.
No, it's not any of that?
No, this is the Children's Wish Fund Golf Tournament,
Right.
sponsored by Conseco.
One of the things I like to do, Tom, you know, is they always have the hole-in-one course, you know, on one of the par threes. Typically what they'll do is they'll have a hole-in-one contest.
Sure.
Depending, of course, on the format. Sometimes you could win a car.
Usually, for the most part, you can usually win a car in one of these.
Now, will they be doing that at this particular tournament?
They might be.
Yeah. Okay, because sometimes what's funny is they'll park the car actually in near proximity to the hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
And to me, it's not a contest to see whether you can get a hole-in-one to win the car. It's whether you can drive a golf ball through the back window of the car. It's what I like to do. It's just like, to me, it's an inviting target. And
they frown upon that, Dick.
You know, it's real interesting. I got in a little bit of trouble. I pull up here to do the broadcast. I found out I had parked my car, not even my golf car, but my car on the putting green. Boy, groundskeepers, it's like, hey, keep it down, all right? It's like, hey, I'm sorry, all right already. And then when I was pulling away, I left this huge patch, and I guess that's really not too good, is it?
No,
it's not good to putt through a rut. Have you noticed that?
It's very difficult to putt through a rut.
People get very, very upset about that kind of stuff.
One of the designated golfers today, designated in my place, Jimmy MadDog Matus from the afternoons here at Q95 is our
Thank
guest.
goodness.
Dog.
Fellas.
Dog.
Hi, Dick.
Hi, Dog. Hola, que pasa, my man. Of course, you are a duffer extraordinaire, and there's nothing I enjoy more than tearing up the links with a guy like you.
Well, yeah, I just noticed. How long's been Carlini been playing the market?
What market?
Pat Carlini's playing the futures market.
She is?
She's over there watching the 8-year-old swimming practice.
You know.
She's doing some scouting.
Just in case. It's important.
Really?
Well, you know, fellas, it's real funny because so many people ask me for Dick's golf tips wherever I go.
Sure.
And, you know, I've written down a few things here, you know, because I'm right now working on one of those fabulous new videos, you know, because everybody's got a video of something. And, you know, I found that golf is really literally a game of calm. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll give you an example. Okay?
All right.
Okay, you're with your golf partners, and, you know, you want to because, as you well know, the top pros play their game. They never get out of their game, even if they, you know, muff a shot or you know, hit a bird or any of that kind of stuff. They just hang in there and they do their best. So the important thing is to remain calm and, hey, get up. I'm sorry. What was I saying? Anyway, and one thing I like to do, too, is right after I play a par 4, Tom, I'll change that pin position at will. I found a lot of those flags have got a real sharp thing at the end of them.
Oh, really?
And a lot of times you can just move it back about another 30 yards from its original pin position.
So the next guy.
And it's real funny because a lot of guys are going, I never, ever, ever saw the cup. And then at which point you go liar and charge them an extra 8 strokes. One of the things I like to do is stop by a hardware store en route to the golf course and get a lot of those stick-on numbers so that I can voluntarily change the pars on most of the holes. I'll just, you know, sometimes if I'm bold enough, I'll put a 7 on there. I figure even though it's only 300 yards away, it's pretty damn hard to hit it. Let's face it, the green is not flat. So I'll do that.
Is this a sponsored sportscast? These fabulous sports tips coming to us, sponsored by?
It's sponsored, of course, by our good friends at Jack's Tool Rental. Now, don't be playing in this tournament and then all of a sudden out of the blue go, Jack, I thought you had every tool in the world. What do you mean you don't have a 7-iron? So don't try and rent clubs today from Jack's. Well, let's say you're out on the course and your ball washer is defective and it needs a little adjustment. You'll want a wrench. You'll want a good 5/8 drive reverse socket input wrench.
On this course, you really need a chainsaw.
You sure do. There's no question.
You really do.
Now, you know, the thing is, you see,
scuba gear on occasion.
Now, see, you can rent. See that lawn equipment over there with the guard on it?
Yeah.
That's so the occupant doesn't get hit by a flying golf ball.
That's right.
To me, that says hit me. That just says let her fly, baby.
Aim for me.
Because if you hit it hard enough, you can get the golf ball right through the mesh. Trust me, I've seen it done. But anyway, go to Jack's Tool Rental, 861 Rangeline Road. Rent everything there in the store. You'll just be damn glad you did. It makes a great Father's Day gift. There's nothing like a rented chainsaw because you go, Dad, if you like it, you got to take it back. And I mean that. But I do love you, and the kids love you. And Jack's, I think they have gift certificates for Father's Day.
Do they?
If they don't, they will now because people will be calling, and Jack will go,
well, I guess we have to get...
Damn it, Dick, not again. You've ruined my business for me.
Well, fine, Dick.
So anyway, please go to Jack's Tool Rental. Great place to go. Home and away. If you're, how do you dig my new music?
Sounds good.
Pretty jamming. This is the Emerson, Lake and Palmer version of Peter Gunn.
Uh-huh.
Don't you think the name Peter Gunn is cool?
Yes.
Good music.
Boy, if that was my name, babe, I wouldn't be stuck with Pat right now, let me tell you. Because chicks dig a dude with the name Peter.
A good name.
Thank you. Cool. Anyway, I was going to tell you, want me to tell you some of my other great golf?
You have other great golf tips?
Golf video here. And I let me give you an example, okay? Like, picture, if you will, you know, because the video's not shot yet. But Dick Nixon walking out on the tees, and I'm setting it up, and, you know, it's a par 4, dog leg right, you know, it's about a 378-yard hole. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident about it. I know everything's going to be fine, and tee up the ball and rear back. I know I'm going to take a mighty chop at this one because, of course, there's no finer driver than a Dick Nixon. Well, Teddy Kennedy, of course, was a great driver, but
he had tough time in the water hole.
Yeah, he was hell near the water. But
I guess.
I always had my personal flotation device whenever I rode with him because you never know when you might hit a bridge. You know,
that's true.
Because, you know, it is a golf course. And anyway, so I'm there and I'm teeing it off and I'm telling the youngsters how to do it, and all of a sudden the cameraman reminds me that, hey, it hasn't gone past the woman's tee. So I guess I'm just sands the belts down after that. And then I'm telling the cameraman, no, I don't tie a string to it in the wintertime.
That's it. And, that's the end of today's show. Thanks.
Also, I found golf is a game of carefully selecting your partners. As you know, this is sponsored by Conseco.
That's right.
And an important golf partner is so important in so many different ways because partners, of course, can offer you tips, can help reassure you when your game's going down. And in my case, what I like to do is have a foursome where you can turn to the fourth guy and say, Mr. Hilbert, could you please pick up lunch? I found important partners are
he's doing that
very
today.
critically important. So.
Well,
What I like to do, too, is bring a hog roast right out onto the fairway because so many people like a good hog roast after a golf game.
Really?
And,
Don't you
so
have to bury the hog?
what I'll do sometimes is just bury the hog on the green with just its snout showing. And that scares a lot of people because especially guys who've seen the movie Dune get a little antsy when they see that. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll bury myself in a sand trap. I'll just get a drinking straw from McDonald's. And if a guy hits a ball in there near me, I emerge from that and go. And I just want to tell you, Tom, that
It's me, Swamp Thing.
it's me, Swampy. Don't get near me, please. This is my home. Please, no more golf balls in here, please. I can't handle it. Now, this is called Brookshire.
This is Brookshire Golf Club, yes.
This is a great place. You know, I got slapped here once.
You did?
For going, lady, does this look like yours? It's an old joke. It happened to me here, and it could happen to you.
It sure could. So be careful where your ball goes, right?
That's right. Just be careful whatever you do.
Nick, thank you for another exciting, enlightening sports show, as always.
You know, they got a big sign there in the clubhouse that says "Carts in the rough only."
That's right.
I just kept driving because I thought I'd eventually hit the course, and I ended up in Noblesville. So I'm concerned.
Well, we're in Carmel now, and
hey, maybe we could just have the deadheads. If you're still in town, come over and
come on out
and golf.
There's a lot of room to camp out here.
Deadheads, bring your pings and let her rip.
Well, thank you, Dick. We're going to come back with Christy Lee for free. It's 10:10. 9:59 at WFBQ Indianapolis.
Ladies and gentlemen, the former President of the United States, Dick Nixon, with that fabulous sports show, Dick's Picks.
Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Tom.
I can't help but notice the dictionary.
Your Highness. I cannot believe that I'm here by myself in
I
the
can't either.
interview loft. You know what I hate is when Dick is late like this, the chips and the dip and the soft drinks aren't set up in the interview loft. You know, when Dick is late, he's not got the soft drinks, the little food bar thing set up. There's no dip. There's no ice in this thing. Dick.
Just arriving in the room.
Did I tell you about the time that King and I cleaned out 4 honor bars? We're in an out-of-town Sheridan, baby, and we were on a roll.
Really?
We just wheeled them right into the center of the room, and I said, "You get 2, I get 2, I'll race you." I gotta tell you that after all those crackers and all those orange slices and all the other, because they put those like European candies in there, which are tough. You know, you're eating the deep fried Braunschweiger bonbons, and it's like, But what I find tough is to choke down all those little brandy bottles after all that. You know,
man, I'll tell you. Of course, there's nothing that goes down better than $1 Milky Way or $5 Milky Way. You know,
well, that just makes it taste better because you know how good it is.
You think it can't be the same one you buy in the store? This has got to be a special one.
It's a very special one. They have don't they have like an assembly line that just whips up special, richer milk chocolate Milky Ways?
Yeah. If we're going to charge $5 for it, we should give them a superior product.
Don't they go, hey, the creamy interior is extra creamy inside this one?
What are you talking about?
They're talking about $5 Milky Ways that they get out of
the honor bar.
What's the honor bar?
The honor bar is where you go in there and they got usually they give you like your room key and then there's a little key and then there's that thing inside that's stocked with snacks and alcoholic beverages.
The little refrigerator thing.
Yeah.
Right.
That's called an honor bar?
I don't know why they call it honor anymore because they charge you no matter what.
Well, a lot of them, they have like a seal and they'll just charge you just for opening it, like usually $1 or $2. And then anything that you use, because it has like a certain, like there's always like 5 cans of Miller Lite and 2 of them are gone. They know that.
So they charge you $5 each.
Yeah. Well, usually $10 each for beer.
That happened to me once. I opened popped open a Budweiser and it was full of water.
And then you still got charged for it?
So, yeah.
What you do is you just go down to the liquor store, buy a 12-pack, bring it back, replace it,
restock it.
That's what I do.
But it was full of water.
That's what I do.
You do, King?
Well, yeah, a lot of times you're out on the road, it's late at night, or something like that, and so you just drink all their beer, and the next day you go down to the liquor store and you replace it. It costs like a quarter of what, 25% of what they're going to charge you.
Yes, that works out great.
Then you take those little bottles and fill them with
water.
Tea and then
fill them with
seal.
I get food coloring.
Because then the Budweiser bottles are brown, so you can't tell if it's beer or what's in there. And they filled it up with water and restocked. They drank all the beer and restocked it all.
Oh,
that's very clever.
Not good.
And guess who got the bill?
Ding, 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 ding.
But what I love to do is just race somebody. Their honor bar versus my honor bar. You have to eat all the snacks and eat all the food items, the snacks, and then all the alcohol inside.
Great.
Don't drive afterwards.
No.
For goodness sake, stay in your motel room.
You probably can't even walk.
Hey, don't be like the new kids on the block. Don't start your motel room on fire. Just sit there. Just sit there and click on. What I like
Stare
is
out the wall and wonder where you went wrong.
That's right. Just tune in. You know what I love though is the fabulous R-rated movies that are available in the rooms. The Spectrovision
again, and then reasonably priced, like $6.95 for some movie you wouldn't have paid $1 for it. A movie, you know?
They usually have 2 or 3 current films on Spectrum.
Usually they do.
Usually a pretty good one.
How many? Hey, I tell you what, you can't see Home Alone enough times. So that's in my mind.
Yeah. But then they usually have an action film, and then a good comedy, and then occasionally they'll have a movie, called The Postman Rings 3 times or something, and it could be a genius to figure out what that's all about.
What's Christy eating now? She just won't be part of the show. Christy, can you come in here and be part of this, honey?
Christy Lee is in the next room.
I miss you, honey.
She's eating pizza.
Hey, I remember I was on your show yesterday. Christy, do you remember what a good time we had? I did a pelvic exam of Christy while she was on the air. Which,
thank you.
Not everybody's willing to do that, but I am. It's a full service thing for me.
Volunteer gynecologist.
It's volunteer. I'm not a gynecologist, but I play one on TV. And
you'll be glad to play one here in the tent.
Speaking of television, I have
my drive-through gynecology booth is working great, ladies. Stick your legs through the car window.
I have a fax here that might interest you. It's a cartoon. Yeah. It shows William Kennedy Smith being interviewed by the media. Mm-hmm. And he's saying, the last thing I remember is Uncle Ted saying, don't do anything I wouldn't do.
There was a great article where it said that Teddy said he was going to quit messing around, get more serious, and run for yet another term for the Senate, which I think is great.
Well, you know why the Kennedys are all lawyers?
Why is that, Keith?
Well, if they weren't, they'd have wasted the fortune away paying them.
I just love the phraseology, Kennedy compound. I mean, you've arrived when you have your own compound. Can't you just see the Griswold compound?
Yeah, I like that idea. The Kennedy compound sounds like some kind of
cream.
A rub, like Compound K.
Compound W. You almost need,
get them warts, get them pesky warts and girls and hang out in bars.
Kennedy compound would obviously wash off with salt water.
Yeah, really.
It comes right off.
Yeah. It'll leave some residue, though, that the police can find.
That's true.
I tell you, though, it's that whole Kennedy thing, I have found myself just frolicking about my house in nothing but an Oxford cloth button-down.
Really, lately, just trying to...
Oh, man. Yet, that's the thing you forget because there's not enough dress-up stuff for men, to entice your wife or your girlfriend, because women oftentimes have a full array of exotic lingerie, a palette in which to paint from.
Right.
But, fella, what do you have besides, of course, that big old gut hanging down there? So
some jockeys?
Some jockeys, and whoever... Don't men just look great in jockeys? I mean, that is...
You say this, the Ted Kennedy frolic, which Oxford cloth shirt and a bottle of scotch.
Nothing else, just... boom, baby.
Now, Dick, wasn't it true that when Big Ted took the wrong turn off the bridge there, weren't you and Henry out seen that night high-fiving and drinking and dancing? And weren't you guys happy?
We were in kind of a party mode that night.
Weren't you wearing your undershirts and running around?
Well, have you seen, they've just re-released, my new tape series.
Exactly. It's on CD now.
Actually, it's on CD. Boxcar Will. Me and Boxcar Willie.
Tapes that have never been released.
Yeah. Well, that's what's unreleased B-sides and
of the Dick Nixon tapes.
Including some remix version of conversations you've already heard. So it's really...
Gotta hear those.
They're excellent. And the transcript, of course, is worthwhile.
Could we get to the sponsorship of today's sports show?
Maybe we should.
Christy, come on in here, honey. Christy?
Christy's eating pizza.
Yeah.
Jags.
Christy, when you need a tool, and you need it bad, honey, you need to go to Jack's.
Jack's Tool Rental. They've got everything.
If it plugs in, if it vibrates, if it cuts through something, if it mangles, if it destroys.
A concrete saw, for example.
Exactly.
We can't talk enough about Jack's concrete saws. In fact, Jack's got the finest concrete saws in the world.
Well, they got them sewer auger things that are really nice. You ever seen them things? The ones that got to come in like an 8-foot length, you hook together, and they're big long deals, and you have to have that very big. You clean out your pipe there. You ever do that, Dick?
I love that.
Clean out your pipe.
Clean out my pipe.
Do you?
It's been a little clogged lately.
Has it?
Yeah.
Is it true that you can? Oh, wait a minute. I got to. Wait a minute. What?
What's Jack's Tools motto?
Don't be a tool, rent one. Go today to 861 Rangeline Road. Say, Jack, my tool is inadequate. Rent me yours.
You can actually use the walker that Gordy uses to retrieve.
Yeah.
King.
Don't they also have the Jaws of Life?
Yeah,
featuring Gordy Johncock, our IndyCar driver, and his especially. Won't they have the Gordy Johncock brand Jaws of Life? I mean, won't he be doing a product endorsement? When you start them off, they go.
Gordy did pretty well in the Indy 500.
He did great. He's a great shoot.
Gordy, what did he finish? 8th?
I think
Sixth, wasn't it?
Sixth, I believe.
Might have
Fifth
been
or sixth,
finished 5th or 6th.
Started in the last row.
Yeah. Right. Year was it?
Was it 20 laps off the lead lap?
Well,
the car was running.
82. Him and Rick Mears had that fantastic finish, a 16th of a second.
That's right. So
That was
he's
a great deal.
still involved in the closest IndyCar finish ever.
Exactly. 1973, the winner of the Indy 500, only 345 miles, but a tremendous 3-day deal. He won
Watching
that
the
race.
tape of that race, how Gordy kept blocking Rick.
Well, I was going to say, one of the greatest moments in sports, the white flag lap, the maneuver that Gordy pulled in turn 1. Rick had to pull in for driver uniform change shortly after that.
Yep.
That's why it was so close, because Rick said, hey, I don't want to be watching the rest of this race from the Hannah Infield Medical Hospital. It was, Gordy just kind of decided, well,
It's unbelievable.
It's either that or...
That's today's sports content. Today's show's over. Thanks a lot,
really?
Dick.
Hey, Christy, if you could come by here.
Christy enjoying a little CJ's pizza this morning?
Yeah, thanks.
Christy, let's talk about the women's issues at hand. Let's talk
I don't
about...
want to talk to you about anything.
Let's talk about low-priced...
let's not.
Child care. Let's talk about...
let's end the show.
Let's talk about fair treatment and equal pay
You're
for
not
women.
prepared for a Dick's Pics show? I can't believe it.
Let's talk about the fact that it's a man's world and women are trying to make their way through. But let's face it, there's so many single moms out there that are out there having to, make doing a man's world. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about career gals. Let's talk about women that have given up.
Let's talk about music.
Children.
Let's talk about the new...
Lots of music.
Let's listen to music when we come back with Christy Lee for free.
Oh, boy.
10 o'clock at WFBQ Indianapolis.
Ladies and gentlemen, the former President of the United States, Dick Nixon, with that fabulous sports show, Dick's Picks.
Oh, thank you so much, Don Pardo. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Tom.
Morning, Your Highness.
Good morning. Welcome to the Dick's Picks Variety Program. We're going to change the name. We have a new name change coming up.
Yeah, well,
The
the
Dick's Picks Variety
FCC finally called, and they said
we kept logging. This is a sports show.
They said this is logged as a sports show, and quite frankly, the sports content of this show is an embarrassment to sporting broadcasters all over the country. So due to the FCC regulations, it's now going to be called the Dick's Picks Variety Show. I hope you're happy with yourself, Mr. Smarty Boy.
Well, this is just a simple fact that we got away with it for 6 years makes me smile inwardly. I'm content.
Now, this show is technically, let me think here, this show is in its 8th year.
It's in its 8th year. The kids love this show. Well, the syndicated show, of course, has been going on for 15 years in other markets.
Forever. Didn't realize that.
It's been up on the satellite all over. In fact, I feel kind of bad today because our Philippines associate is under 16 feet of lava. How could that have happened, huh?
Talk about rock and roll.
Yeah. There I was here at Clark Air Force Base selling volcano souvenirs, the volcano hats, the volcano pens, volcano writing pads.
Now, I understand
not a good time.
No,
as part of the new Dick Picks Variety Show, you are going to be on the road doing your show from all over the world.
I'm shipping out, fellas. There's no place that the Dick's Picks microphones won't go.
Your traveling microphone, the Dick's Picks, now all-world Dick's Picks Variety
All-world
Show.
Dick's Picks.
You
Fellas,
are there with Dick Nixon.
Elder statesman Dick Nixon.
Mr. International Dick Nixon, the Dick's
All
Picks.
over the world.
The man that brought you a taped conversation is going to be in your living room every morning at 10 a.m. in your car, in your home, in your life, bringing you slices of life from really every corner of the earth.
Do you know where Monday's show is going to be from?
I think Monday's show should be at. Now, will the NBA playoffs be wrapped up by then?
Well,
It depends.
undoubtedly.
It may happen. I would imagine tonight at Wilson's, the Lakers don't have two of their starters, and the Bulls are just playing.
If it's still going on, we'll be at the site of the final game. We'll be sitting courtside with Jack Nicholson.
I don't know what the schedule would be.
That would be in Chicago.
Today's Wednesday. I mean,
The next game would be Friday, and then the final on Sunday.
Sunday, so the game would be... Well, I suppose it could have just
What we'd be doing is talking to some concessionaires as they clean up the arena after that final game.
That'd be exciting.
But I'll tell you what, we'll just be somewhere. Christy, where would you like to see us go on Monday? Because it's going to be
Hell?
Hell, Michigan.
Oh, nice. We're going to be in
Hell, Michigan.
Intercourse, PA is where we're going to be. Okay, Christy.
Picks goes to hell. It's no longer the Dick's Pick Sports Show, Christy. The FCC's cracked down. Well, they've been logging this as a sports show, and quite frankly, it's not a sports show.
Never talk sports.
Very rarely was sports talked on this show. It became an embarrassment, so now it's the Dick's Picks variety show. And as part of it, Dick is going to hit the road, go on the road, and broadcast from various spots throughout the world. So it'll have a true international flavor, finally.
Now, do you like variety show or variety program? PROGRAMME. Kind of an international flair thing, kind of a
I like
United
variety
Kingdom
show.
That reminds me of something.
Like
Can I just derail this train of thought for just a second?
Sure. Please do.
I hate to do that on this show. Subjects, but we're talking about earlier. We were talking about Van Halen and Eddie Van Halen, and Alex, friend of the show, by the way. They're doing this special broadcast Thursday. Starts about 9:00 on Q95 from Eddie's house, where he has his.
We're going to be there with his
recording studio,
wife, his dog, his son Wolfgang. Wolfgang Van Halen.
Their album is the new Van Halen album is called For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge.
Yes, aren't those guys wacky?
Now
they are.
I now realize what that's supposed to mean.
Right. Well, you remember
Finally.
they had OU812, kind of a
OU812. For unlawful carnal knowledge. If you write that down, why don't you write down each word in a column?
Do it in a column.
For unlawful carnal knowledge.
Yes.
I think you'll see what the wacky
but
Van
the
Halen
fish cheer.
boys.
I tell you what, though, Country Joe was years ahead of Van Halen. There's no question about it. Fellas, today on the Dick's Pick Sports Show, Chrissy, I know you're going to be happy because we're going to be talking about grocery shopping today on the Dick's Pick Sports Show. We've talked about so many times of doing some stuff like. Oh, by the way, Chrissy, before we go any further, I just wanted to tell you that I rented a mammogram machine, and I'm meeting more women now than I ever dreamt possible.
You are disgusting.
I am
Dick.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Just call me Dick's Picks Traveling Mammogram. Pack up the babies and grab the old ladies and mash them.
Mammogram is a very important tip
Very important.
that women should take.
And that's why I give them.
Now,
You should not be making light of it.
No.
Now, I also think that the mammogram could be a different concept, sort of in the same vein as the singing telegram.
But have Al Jolson's delivered kind of a mammiogram?
Singing mammogram.
That would be the mammiogram, where you have where you have a Jewish vaudeville white performer putting shoe shine polish on his face and pretending to be a black man,
And then we
kind
get
of
Spike Lee to film the whole thing.
kind of a minstrel thing. No, I was thinking more in terms of a different type of mammogram, not a very serious cancer detecting test, but you've got the telegram, the singing telegram, the mammogram. Maybe it would be a mammariogram.
Bless you.
Stop.
Or a mammarygram. That'd be it. Mammarygram.
Bless you.
So you'd want to have one of these, Bob.
I would. In fact, I'd deliver them.
Well, I think you'd want a woman to deliver it, frankly, Bob.
Oh, I see.
She'd ring your doorbell.
Recipient.
Mr. Cavoy, is today your birthday? You'd say yes. Well, here's your mammarygram.
You know who I'd like to have come to my house and deliver a mammiogram to me? Who? Mrs. Olson from the coffee commercials.
Mrs. Olson?
Well, I think she was arrested for crimes committed during the war. Wasn't Mrs. Olson like, you want coffee?
I don't think it was the same.
Down your throat.
It wasn't the same.
You know, Dick,
Mrs.
only
Olson.
you could take mammiogram, the concept, and turn it into Nazi humor. Only you.
I like Mrs. Olson. In fact, sometimes when I'm watching the old commercials, I'll touch myself. Just because she gets me so very hot. Yeah, I told you about that time I was with Madge.
I thought we were doing grocery shopping.
Madge, the manicure.
Maybe just for nostalgic sake.
Madge?
Do that just one more time while we still.
Manicurist
Madge, the manicurist.
You had an affair with Madge, the manicurist.
I like to call it a sexual tryst. Kind of a wild
Palmolive, does she not?
Yeah.
She certainly does. We're having wild monkey sex up in my bedroom.
Monkey sex.
And, well,
Dick.
that's when you go, I get to be cheetah tonight. You know how that is.
Not familiar with that concept.
Nor am I.
I get to wear the Nordic goddess outfit this evening.
So you are there.
You'll be the slave girl.
You're
I'll be
there
the galleon
with-
master.
You're there with Madge from the
I'm upstairs with Madge, and we're having kind of a wild, passionate, passionate / meeting of the minds.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And about halfway through, I hate to kiss and tell, me. But about halfway through, she just starts screaming at the top of her lungs, "You're soaking in it. You're soaking in it." My God, Madge, please.
Okay.
Please control yourself.
That was just for us.
Yeah.
That's
For
a
all
classic.
time.
Thank you. We'll be here all week.
That's that one.
Yeah.
Madge, huh?
Yeah, so let's get to that sponsorship and let's talk about grocery shopping because that's so important for women. Christy, put that magazine down. Come on, we're trying to do a variety show here.
Who's the
Dick
sponsor?
Entertain me.
Christy, when I have you on the show, it's
Yes.
kind of like Regis and Kathy Lee.
Oh,
I'll be
yeah.
Regis for a moment. Here, let me do my imitation of Regis.
Can you cut that music, please?
Yeah.
This is Regis?
No, I'm just
He
saying.
died of
I was
like
doing
that.
Regis when I wasn't saying anything. That was my imitation of Regis.
That was well done. Jack.
Was it uncanny? Ladies and gentlemen, Jax has Indiana's largest inventory of rental equipment. They're big. It doesn't matter if you're a homeowner or a contractor. Jax has it. You go into Jax and you say, "Jack, I need it. I need it real bad. I need my propane fill. I need scaffolding. I need a portable toilet." Jax has it. Jax can get it for you. Jax even has pickup and delivery. I saw the Jax Lowboy driving around on the interstate. You know what the Lowboy is?
No.
Lowboy is a semi-delivery vehicle. He can drop off a bulldozer or a backhoe at your house and not even break a sweat. Because that's the kind of dude that Jack is.
Does he personally deliver them?
Well, he's too busy to do that. Because Jack's there in his office.
Jack's Tool Rental.
That's right.
What's their location, Dick?
Their location, of course, 861 Rangeline Road. They haven't been forced to move. They're still there. Don't be a tool, rent one at Jack's today. Thanks for joining us, Christy. Today, Christy Lee up in the interview loft talking about women's issues. How many times has
Women's
it been...
issues. I thought we were talking about grocery
shopping, which, of course, is oftentimes this is the type of chore that falls to the women of America.
Tom does his grocery shopping.
Which I'm very proud of him for doing that.
I do some grocery shopping, of course. Don't you ever go to the grocery store, Bob?
Not really.
He's out of beer, maybe.
Is there a store that sells food? What is that thing?
I planned on going to the grocery today, as a matter of fact, but unfortunately had a bit of a detour via Anderson, but I will probably get there tomorrow.
Go ahead, Christy. When you go to the store, I touch myself because I get a little shiver every time I smile.
Now, what is this? You have shopping tips here or something?
Well, here's some shopping tips. Okay. Here's some advice for being prepared. Always plan your menus and backup foods. Otherwise, you'll end up buying foods you don't want or need. Have you ever done that, Christy?
Yes.
Buy foods you don't want or need. One thing I like to do, you go by the deli and they've got all the bread stacked on top of the deli counter. So you pull up an empty shopping cart, take your arm, and just sweep all the breads into your basket and go, "I like bread. I like it a lot." And then,
Never done that.
Never done that either.
No.
they usually will help pick up the ones that didn't land in your cart after they hear that.
They will.
What other tips do you have for shopping?
Make your list according to what's in season and on special in the grocery store.
What are you reading there?
He's reading right out of the paper this
No,
morning.
I'm
Food
giving
section.
some grocery. Tom, I know these by heart. Okay,
A
look, I'll cover it up. Never yell bad things to your butcher.
Once again, stealing it directly from the paper.
Never ask your butcher, "Can you cut a piece of meat I bring in?" "I hit it in the parking lot. Can you take its head off?" Never do that. "The thing ran right under the front tires of my car." Sorry.
Stop.
Can you take out the mud vein?
It's a bottom feeder. You should never eat the lungs of a carp. Those are not good for you.
Oh,
Carp
why
don't
would
have lungs. Carp are fish, you moron.
They're too chewy for most people.
They have gills, you idiot.
See, Dick would have been a better tip if you said the best part of a carp are the lungs. Now, someone would have been there looking for them and have never found them.
Excuse me, do you have the carp lungs?
Carp lungs.
You know what is really tasty, though? French fried carp lips are just like onion rings. Them's good eating.
Them's good. What are you? Are you walking out of the Tom Sawyer episode here? Them's good eating.
French fried carp lips.
Are you going to fix a mess o' fish?
I did. I have to admit, I saw a carp that his lips looked like there was one huge onion.
See? Tell me you haven't seen it with your own eyes.
Are the most disgusting fish you've ever
They
seen.
really are. They are ugly. Ugly.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
It's really fun when you get about 100 of them all together, all trying to eat popcorn off the dock.
Yeah.
You feed popcorn to carp?
If I was 14 again, I would have probably jumped in.
What you do is tape popcorn all over your body. Yeah.
What?
What are these people doing? You get them out of here right now.
What do you think we are, fish or something?
What is it with you anyway? Do you think you run this place or something?
Excuse me. Just go on with the show.
Work in coupons when planning the grocery list. Put a C next to any item on your list that you have a coupon for. Do you shop with coupons?
No.
Some grocery stores now, many of them offer double
coupons. Make a list when you go to the shopping.
I cut them out of the paper, and then they sit in the drawer and expire. I always forget to take them to the store with me.
I had a pet like that one.
Coupons are very nice.
They're very nice.
Except just don't use them when I'm in line in back of you.
That way you won't forget to give
See,
them
I like the grocery stores that have the line, no coupons, cash only, 10 items or less.
Do they have
no
coupon lines?
Not yet.
Well, see, coupons aren't that difficult to redeem because a lot of the coupons don't have a barcode on them.
Right. They just go, you're done.
And you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have double coupons.
One thing's for sure, when they have a coupon, they always write a check. It's guaranteed. Then after they're done, they have, I forgot I need some salt for my water softener. Can I have 47 of the 80-pound bags? I'm going, lady, I'd like to barbecue before it gets dark.
Okay.
Will you take an out-of-state check? I have an ID, I swear.
Will you
Any
take
other
a check from
grocery store tips?
Will you take an Indiana Correctional Facility check?
Yeah.
We're in a hurry. I've got to get out of here now. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So your last tip is the stupid show's almost over.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yes, you'll notice that
Don't you hate it?
the big hand is in the 3.
Don't you hate it? When we are we're doing tips. These are helpful, aren't they,
They're
Christy?
very helpful.
Christy, if you
Never go to the grocery store hungry. That's one of the good tips. That's
Why not? That's the best time to go.
Because you buy more than you actually need.
But just think of all the great things you have the next
And you always
But
buy
you
things
always buy things you can eat in the car on the way home.
Oh,
so you buy stuff.
I love that.
Well, I better buy an entire block of cheese because I've really got to eat something on the way home.
Honey, how did mayonnaise get on the steering wheel? Oh, never mind.
I was
I
just
did that.
making a sandwich.
I didn't buy a block of cheese. I bought a big old thing of string cheese.
Oh.
Yes.
It's still there. I bought it a year ago.
In the glove box?
Just lay that in. It's like
I
having
love string cheese.
It's like having provisions. You're like old Daniel Boone, just eating a piece of shoe leather and a piece
There
of
you
string
go.
cheese. That's all you need.
There's a meal.
How about this one, Tom? Learn your way around the store. Don't be afraid to ask for directions or help. You'll waste 10 minutes trying to find a jar of peanut butter when you could ask someone and cut your time down. What I like to do,
I never ask questions at the grocery store. I always just search.
Me
I like
too.
to go to the grocery store wearing like my oldest, most disheveled clothes and just mess up your hair. Walk in there with about a 4 days growth of beard. Stagger up to one of the cashiers or one of the the stock boys. I've been in the store for a month. I still can't find the water chestnuts. Where are they? It scares the hell out of them. They go, "Oh, geez, can I get you something? Do you need to sit down? Do you need a drink of water?" Because that scares them.
And then I hate it when they ask if you want paper or plastic.
You know what's really funny
the
too?
bags, you mean?
Yeah.
Did they do that?
Well, some places
Some
do.
places.
It's too confusing for me. I
Well, see, my
don't want to have to make a decision after having made all those decisions to
Yeah.
shop. I don't want to have to decide.
So what do you do? What do you get, paper or plastic?
I never can decide. I usually say you pick.
You know what I do is, see, my cat always used to jump in the bag,
Yeah,
back-
favorite cat trick.
And now that they've changed to plastic, I'm going to miss that cat. So
That's it. We'll come right back. It's 10:16.